Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight I'm going to go over my paycheck to paycheck budget for, not that day, from the 23rd of March to April 5th. I'm going to try and do this as quick as possible because I think my battery's going to die. So, that all being said, let's go ahead and get started. So, for the carryover amount, I'm going to zoom in. Alright, for the carryover amount, I said I was going to carry over $275 from the previous paycheck to cover the bills that are coming out prior to getting the paycheck on the 6th. So that is $275. Our budgeted income for this pay period for my husband is $1,700. I do not budget anything for mine. So that would be $1,700 is the total. For our mortgage, it's going to be less than $906, but I'm not exactly sure yet what it's going to be. I don't know if it goes down this month or in April because our mortgage insurance premium is no longer part of our bills, but I think they said it takes like an extra 30 days or something for it to come off. So I'm going to put 906 here just because I'm not 100% sure when that changes. We have budget $125 for our electric, $30 for our health insurance. Netflix is a little under $12, and those are the fixed bills that we have for this pay period, which I have on the my little cheat sheet for the bills that are due every month. For variable expenses, I take what I budgeted for the total month groceries is $760, so I take half of that, so it's $380. Also, this is the old paycheck to paycheck budget sheet, so it doesn't have that carryover column, so I think I'm just gonna have to like write it in over here. The reason I'm using this is when I went to print one out, my printer was completely out of ink. So it was completely unusable, so I'm just gonna have to make do with this one because I had it still, luckily. I was just gonna bail on doing this video completely, and then I found this one, so I figured we'd do our best with what we have, and then I'll just, like I said, kind of just write it over here, and that'll just have to do for this paycheck period until I get some more ink. Restaurants, we budget $25. Gas, we budget $100. Entertainment, we budget $5, and then I will put like the carryover amounts over here. Personal care, we budget $20. My pocket money, $50. My husband's pocket money, $50. Nothing for the kids' allowance yet because I am a slacker and haven't gotten around to making their little chore chart. Nothing for medical. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back out a little so you can see my phone calculator thing too at the same time. Alright, so I'm going to take the $1,700 that we have as our budgeted income, and then I'm going to add that $275 that I carried over from the previous pay period, so $275. So $1,975 basically is what we have to work with. So minus $906 for our mortgage, minus $125 for electric, minus $30 for health insurance, and minus $12 for Hulu. Leaves us with $902. So I'm going to subtract out the $380 for groceries, and $25 for restaurants, $100 for gas, $5 for entertainment, $20 for my husband's haircuts, $50 for my spending money, and $50 for my husband's spending money. So that leaves us with $272 for the miscellaneous fund. So that's $272. So all of that would equal the $1,700 plus the, what's it called, $275 plus $275. The $1,975 is what that would equal because of the carryover amount that we have. So So I'm gonna, like I said, write it on this side with the actual carryover amounts that we have. We had, from last paycheck period, $29.60 left over in the grocery. So I'm gonna add that to $3.80, and that leaves us with $409.60 for this pay period that we can spend. There was $12.86 in the entertainment, $12.86 plus the $5 that we budgeted, so $17.86. That was basic head math I could have done. Personal care, nothing, so $50 plus my whopping $9.44 is $59.44. My husband has 50 plus his, geez, $58.49. Sometimes you get so dependent on the calculator, you don't even do like basic regular head math. Okay, so miscellaneous is $192.40 plus the $272. All right, $464. I have a feeling we're gonna use quite a bit of this. We're probably gonna go to Costco this month, and I have my eye on a new printer, one of those like cartridgeless ones, the tank kind of ones. I think it's like Mega Tank or Eco Tank. I think Epson has like Eco Tank and Canon has Mega Tank or whatever, but they just seem so much more cost effective as far as the ink is concerned. And I don't want to open, I have ink I bought from Costco like last month, but I don't want to open it because it was like $140 for like a 2-pack or something of it. And I don't want to open it because I'd rather return that and then buy this, you know, Eco Tank printer so that it is more cost effective in ink as I go. But anyhow, that was a complete tangent there. So yeah, that'll probably be all gone by the time we get around to it. So that is basically the budget for this paycheck to paycheck period. I did have a request to show my planner a little bit more and how I set this up. So, and then to explain it as well. So this top portion, I use for ingoing and outgoing as far as bills and paychecks and things like that. So I have my little payday sticker, and then when I do refunds and things like that, I keep track of them here. And then anything outgoing I use on this little bottom half of this section. So that outgoing as far as bills and things like that. So I've got my, you know, Wi-Fi bill right there. And then the second section I use for anything I spend throughout the week. I don't break this apart. I just put exactly what I spent, so I don't put the different categories or anything like that. What I do that on is my expense trackers that I made. I put, you know, the date, the store, this is the grocery one, so I don't like put a category on here because that is the category. So the date, the store, the amount, and then the balance and how I paid. The other expense tracker type is the one that is more general. So I've got, this is for my spending money. So date, store, and then the category it comes from. So I'd put like Michael's, and then I can either put like, you know, planner supplies or put specifically what I bought there, and then the amount and the balance and how I paid. So that's how I separate that stuff out. So if I go to, say, Walmart and I buy bananas and I don't know, like pens or something for myself, I would just put the total for Walmart here, and then I'd split them up on the actual expense trackers. And I do this on a daily basis. So when I come home at night and, you know, after the kids are in bed and my husband and I are just kind of hanging out watching TV or whatever, I'll just, you know, pull out the planner, pull out my phone, and pull up my bank account and just make sure everything is correct in there. And then I also pull out the receipts and, you know, go over it with the receipts so I know how to split it. So that's how I use this. This third box, I really like how I did this. I couldn't really, when I first got this happy planner for the budget, I couldn't figure out how to use these sections. But I really like how I'm doing it. I think it's the best use of this space. But the bottom is like balances. So not for every category, not for every expense tracker that I have, but for the ones that I spend most consistently on, or I want to track the most. So the top one is my spending money, the second one is my husband's spending money, the third is gas, the fourth is eating out, the fifth is groceries, and the bottom sixth one is the miscellaneous category that I have. So that's how I do that. And then in my, oh, I wet that. In my sidebar, I have that too. It carries over. I don't know how that got wet, but that stinks. So like the balances, you can't even see that. The balance here, I put on here at the beginning of, for the beginning of the week. That way I don't have to keep flipping back when I'm filling stuff out. I know exactly where we started for the week. And then I have my little no spend stickers. I do my no spend different than a lot of people. A lot of people do their no spend like discretionary spending kind of thing. Like, oh, I didn't go to Michael's today. And I'm sorry, I keep using the reference of Michael's because I go there way too much. But so, you know, I don't use it like that. I use it as if if I didn't spend anything at all that day, that's when I'll put a no spend. But, cause I like habitually buy stuff at the grocery store too. So it's not just like Michael's. If, you know, I'm a food hoarder, to be honest with you. I have like a chest freezer, an upright freezer, a refrigerator with a freezer in the garage, and then the regular refrigerator in the house. I don't know, like in my past life I starved or something because I'm a food hoarder. So that's how I utilize all of this space. I'm going to set up my expense trackers really quickly as far as the carryover balances, and then that will pretty much be the whole video, I think. Alright, so for groceries, it is the $3.80. Screen. Okay, so $3.80 plus the carryover amount of $29.60, which is the total of $409.60. So that will be my starting balance for this pay period for my groceries. And then for my spending money, it is the $50 plus the, what was it, $9.44. So that equals $59.44. And that is my starting balance for this pay period. My husband is $50 plus his $8.49. So his starting balance is $58.49 for this pay period. And that's it for those. Miscellaneous, I didn't print out a new sheet because I had a ton of space still. So what I'm just going to do is just use the back side of it, and then that'll be this month's. So that'll be miscellaneous. And what was it starting off? So the starting off amount was $272 plus the carryover amount, which was $192.40 plus $192.40, and that total was $464.40. $464.40. So that's my carryover amount for miscellaneous. Same thing with restaurants and gas. I didn't print out a new one of this. That'll actually, I'm just gonna put, like I did here, a little bit of washi right here. And then, so my new balance, I'm just gonna write over here since it's there. Actually, I don't really need to because it'll be $100 because it always is. Same thing with entertainment. I'm just gonna put a little bit of washi, and then put the New Balance, which is what, so I'm going to do the washi there, so my New Balance I'll put here. So New Balance is going to be $17.86. So $17.86. Same thing with personal care. Actually, I already have the washi there because I didn't get a haircut at all during last pay period anyhow. So the New Balance is the $20 there, so I don't really need to write anything for that. Yeah, that's about it for those, I think. Yeah, I think we're good. So that is what the budget looks like. I'm hoping we'll stay under it. I'm a little concerned about staying under it because of me wanting to purchase that printer and going to Costco. So I'm going to do my best to stay under budget with those things coming up. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you, it's not really that important, but these sheets, what I do with them after I'm done using them, I don't like to toss them. I want to be able to refer back to it. So all I did was just have a little section here, and then I just put them like my ghetto bookmarks. It's just the little piece of paper at the that I cut off when I sized these for the classic things. But I just paper clip. These are all the monthly budgets that I do. So I just paper clip those together, and then here are all the paycheck to paychecks. So I just keep those together. And then when I'm done with the expense trackers for that period, for each period, I just put them in the back. That way I can refer back to it if I need to or want to. Especially like if I'm trying to figure out how much I've spent and if I'm doing better and all that stuff on my like discretionary spending. I like to keep the expense trackers, and then these are the paycheck to paycheck stuff. So that's all I do with those. That's why I have these like crazy big rings on this planner, because I'm expecting, since I'm holding on to these on a monthly basis, I'm expecting it to get, you know, quite large. But yep, that's pretty much it. Sorry, I got kind of loud there when I said that. But I hope this helps, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I hope you will consider subscribing. Thanks so much. Have a good night.